Imagine living in a neighborhood where you can grab coffee, walk to the lake, be surrounded by beautiful trees that give you tons of shade, and still be less than 10 minutes from downtown. Well, that's Tarrytown in Austin, Texas, and today we're exploring it. In this episode, we're exploring Tarrytown, one of Austin's most beloved neighborhoods. We'll cover its history, lifestyle, the pros and cons, and of course, some stunning homes on the market. Tarrytown sits just west of downtown Austin, bordered by Mopac to the east and Lake Austin to the west. It's often described as a retreat from the city without ever leaving it. Developed in the 1930s and 40s, Tarrytown quickly became one of Austin's most desirable neighborhoods. Families were drawn to its tree-lined streets, large lots, and the idea of suburban living in the city. Over the decades, it has maintained its reputation for quiet charm. You'll still find mid-century cottages, though many have been updated or replaced with modern estates. What hasn't changed is the neighborhood's lush greenery and the strong sense of community. We're at Oyster Landing Marina, and today we're gonna take you through the restaurants and the coffee shops around the area. If you have a boat, you would park it here, or you can also rent your boat. Let's check it out. We're right here at Mozart's on the Lake in Tarrytown, one of my favorite coffee shops. And the great thing about this is that you have Lake Austin right over here, and you can also rent boats. These donut boats, you also have a boat dock. You have a ton of parking if you're bringing your car. And the great thing as well, there's open mic nights, there's nights for musicians, there's also holiday events. There are light shows, and I've come a lot during Christmas, which is great, and you can bring friends, family, a date, whatever you wish. This is the spot if you want a view and some great coffee. We're at Hula Hut in Lake Austin, right next to Mozart's on the Lake. What I love about this spot is that you got a cabana, you got a bar area, another bar area outside, then you also got an inside area if it's a bit too sunny. You got Tex-Mex food mixed with Hawaiian vibes with a view of the lake. What else could you wish for? We're at Littlefield right here in Tarrytown. Not only do you got your coffee spot, but you also got Veracruz tacos, Bésame Mucho ice cream, and a little park for the kiddos. What else could you wish for? We're at Deep Eddy Swimming Pool, and it's actually the oldest swimming pool in all of Texas, opened in 1915, spring-fed, kind of like Barton Springs. And in the 1920s, it was actually a resort with a Ferris wheel and also a diving board. But nowadays, you find a ton of locals. You can do a lot of swimming around with lap pools. You got a lot of kids, families, open year-round. We're at Redbud Island, 17-acre island right next to Tarrytown, not in Tarrytown, but it's in the middle of Lady Bird Lake. And the great thing about this is it's completely off-leash for dogs. You also got hiking trails, and it's a perfect landing spot for your kayaks, paddle boarding. I mean, what else could you wish for? An island in a city like Austin. And now we're at Mayfield Park in the northernmost part of Tarrytown. You got peacocks, yes, actual peacocks roaming all around. Koi ponds, hiking trails. You can come and do whatever you wish. You gotta check this place out. Check it out. First peacock right behind us. And then there's another one. And now that you've seen some beautiful peacocks, let's actually go check out an art museum very close by called the Contemporary Austin Laguna Gloria. We're here at one of the trails at Mayfield Park, and what's nice is that not only do you have views of parts of the Lake Austin area, but this also connects the Contemporary Art Museum, which we're going to see in a bit. We're at the Contemporary Austin Laguna Beach, and this right behind me used to be an old Italian villa, now turned art museum. And in this peninsula, we're surrounded by Lake Austin. You got about 14, 16 acres of walking trails with lots of sculptures, tons of art, and a lot of beautiful homes that you can see overseeing the lake. Right now, we're just exploring the acreage around the Laguna Gloria area. And what I love is that there's a lot of trails and you got a ton of sculptures around while you're walking. Super nice date spot, to be frank with you, because you can walk, talk, and check this thing out right over here. Dude, check that out. That was pretty awesome. And we were right off of the main museum that used to be a house, now turned museum. And you can just walk over here in less than 3 minutes. As you all can see, this whole peninsula is the museum and also the walking trails. We're barely right here and we still got tons to do. Like I was saying, you can walk, talk, do whatever you wish. We're at one of the most iconic pharmacies in all of Austin, right here in Tarrytown. Tarrytown Pharmacy, open since 1941, family owned. You got anything you can wish for, and all of the locals know this spot. Now with this, I actually got my COVID test in this spot, drive-through right at the back. We're at the Lions Municipal Golf Course, open in 1924. There are 18 holes, putting greens, driving ranges right here in Tarrytown. Memberships start at $1,200 a year. We're at Tarrytown Park, and what I love about Tarrytown is that there are so many parks around the area. About every 5 minutes that you drive, you can find a park. This one in particular, you got tons of green space, lots of areas for the kiddos, and a lot of benches to sit down and get some picnic. Now let's talk some pros and cons of living in Tarrytown, starting with the pros. We've been here pretty much all day, and one thing I will say, it feels very suburby. While you are very close to downtown, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes from downtown, it's also very safe and walkable at any time of the day. It's also got this really nice historic charm while being lined with trees all around the streets, which is nice because you can walk and have shade as well. What I will say as well, the schools are fairly well rated. There are 2 schools here in the Tarrytown area, a middle school and an elementary school. And all the time that we've been here, you get a strong family community identity to Tarrytown. We've been at parks, tons of kids with their parents, and also a lot of people walking around and jogging around. Now let's go with some of the cons of living in Tarrytown. What I will say is this, it is fairly expensive relative to most areas in the city of Austin. As a matter of fact, the homes that are active right now, the median price point for those homes is $2.3 million. The rents are pretty high relative to the city of Austin as well. And this market, if a home is priced right, it is fairly competitive. Now, what I will say with the area of Tarrytown, given that it is more historic, there will be older infrastructure, which means that there might have to be more repairs made to the streets, to the homes, and then also parking can be a real pain. If you're around a shopping center, there's usually limited parking. There's also usually heavy Mopac traffic during rush hours. Mopac is one of the main streets on the highway, and very limited nightlife compared to downtown. As a matter of fact, you pretty much will not find any nightlife in Tarrytown. But to some people, they like it. It's more family-centric here in Tarrytown. This is our first home tour in Tarrytown. This home was built in 1946 and completely torn to the studs in 2009. Everything is new, but these hardwood floors are original. What I love about this home is that it is very open concept. It flows seamlessly, and it is a 3 beds, 3 baths, about 2,000 square feet. We got a casita right here with 1 bed, 1 bath, and it even has a kitchen. And on this side over here, we got our patio to entertain. And right here, you got your mature trees, plenty of shade. If you got a pupper, they can run around with enough grass for whatever you wish. Now that we're done with this home, let's go check out another home in Tarrytown. I'd also love to know what you think this home is worth. We're at the second home in Tarrytown, built in 2025, 5 beds, 4.5 baths, with white oak flooring, Jenn-Air appliances throughout the house, Taj Mahal quartz countertops, and what I really love is the lights underneath and over those cabinets, built-in dishwasher, main sink, secondary sink. You also got a built-in fridge, which is pretty insane. And then you got a balcony, primary balcony over here, very open concept, tons of natural light. And to the side right here, you even got your office space if you want to do some studying or some working. We're right off the primary bedroom, and check out this very spacious balcony. As a matter of fact, it is the second balcony. There is a primary balcony on the main floor, and then this one right here with enough space for a little party, and you got a great view of the pool right here. This is the primary bathroom, and you truly feel like royalty here. A ton of gold in the cabinetry and separate sinks on each side, and a very spacious primary bedroom with that balcony out there. Picture this, you just got done grilling, your friends, the homies, are chilling over here, eating some good carnita asada, you got all of your bar stools over here, you got some people in the heated pool, and you got all your kiddos' bedrooms in this bottom floor. The second floor, you have your guest bedroom, and the third floor, it's your primary bedroom. What else could you wish for? What did you think of the 2 homes that we saw? Comment below. Let me know the things that you liked, the things that you didn't like, and also let me know how much you think this home is worth. Whether you're walking the trails, on a boat in the lake, or exploring the neighborhood coffee spots, life in Tarrytown feels timeless. Subscribe and reach out if you want to continue exploring Austin. I don't know what part of Austin we're seeing next, but I know I want you there with me.